Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, where today I'm using these two palettes to create this eyeshadow look. I'm also going to be updating you guys on an audition, a vocal audition that I did recently, and whether or not I am a finalist, which I found out a couple of days ago. And I'm also going to be giving you a glimpse of the baby belly, because at the time of filming I'm 31 weeks pregnant, and one of my subscribers was like, hey, I want to see the belly. So if you guys want to see any of that, just stick around. If you've never been here before, hello, my name is Rachel. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I love to play with color, I love to play with eyeshadow, and I combine those color and eyeshadow interests into multiple video uploads a week, talking about eyeshadow related content. Tags, try to get ready with me's, tutorials. If you want to see more, remember to like and subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss new content, because even in the rest of December, I have lots of new videos coming up, year-end stuff, Christmas themed things, and I am already filming halfway into January. So I hope you guys like what you see, and let's get going with this video. For today's eye look, I wanted to use these two palettes. I really wanted to use the Child from ColourPop. However, I didn't want my look to be super green. I also want to bring in some blue to work with my jewelry. So I was thinking of using this tone and this one right here. And then I thought I'd pull out the Sol Monet 2 from Oden's Eye and play with some of the blues. Now, I'm not sure if these blues are quite what I was wanting. I don't know, I think I kind of want like a sky blue shimmer. And so I may dip into a different palette. I haven't fully decided. This is just my tentative working plan. I'm going to prime my eyes with the MAC primer that my sister got for me, and I'll be back in a second. I want to see how this primer works with different brands, because when I used it for the first time a couple days ago with the Beauty Bay palette, I found that it was harder to buff out the shadows, and I don't know if that was the formula of the shadows or the primer itself, or maybe the primer needs to be set with a powder first. I'm not sure. You have to play with products that are new in your collection to see how they really work. I'm going to take a decent sized blending brush, such as this one, and I'm going to start in the shade Soft Cloud in the Sol Monet 2 palette. This is a light blue matte, and I'm going to put this on my inner corner. I wanted to tell you guys that if you saw a video a couple days ago where, oh, I've got some fallout, where I was talking about auditions and callbacks, I had auditioned, well, in a vocal competition, and the final round of auditions, after you've made it through a couple of rounds, is to perform with a symphony orchestra, and then the audience can vote on a favorite, and the judging panel can choose their favorite. So I learned a little bit more about it. The judging panel's favorite is called the Grand Prize winner. And the grand prize winner is put on the short list to be called back for vocal appearances throughout the rest of that symphony season, and in future seasons. You know, they might do a concert where all of the grand prize winners from the last several years are put together as guest vocalists. So that's the grand prize winner selected by the judging panel. In the video where I was talking about all this, which by the way, I've carded above for you, we were going to the first Christmas concert of the season in order to find out who the finalists were. Now I'm going to take the same or a similar brush and dip into the Child palette. The shade I'm going to use is called Babyface. This is a very similar depth of green matte. It's a beautiful sagey green. I'm going to put this on the whole outer corner and just work the two shades together a little bit where they meet. Anyway, so my family and I went to the Christmas concert, and it was a lovely time, and I wanted to tell you guys that I am a finalist. So I'm very excited about that. I wasn't expecting to do as well as I have done in this competition. I know I mentioned in the video talking about the auditions that I haven't auditioned for anything in like a decade. It's been a while since I really put myself out there and auditioned for anything. But I was pretty surprised when I found out that I'm a finalist, because I did hear several other people audition ahead of me, and none of them were bad. And one woman was quite good. I know I mentioned her in the audition in the other video as well, saying that she is a music director, I think, at a local school. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly because I didn't find out what her name was when we were at the auditions, but based off of the headshot photo that they shared publicly, I'm pretty sure it was the same woman who is also one of the finalists, and I wasn't at all surprised by that. I was like, yep, she should have been a finalist because she was solid. And I am surprised that I made it, because I don't know, it's just been a while. It's been a while, and I'm really delighted and quite gratified that they selected me as a finalist. I'm really excited now that I get to perform with a symphony. Again, the final round of auditions is actually the concert in the springtime, where the audience and the judges each get to choose who they think should win. So for me, that's the reward. Like, I get to sing with a symphony orchestra and with a handful of other musicians as well. And we might be able to also perform with this Broadway star. Like, we met him in auditions, but to perform with him on stage would be extra cool. And then the grand prize winner possibly gets called back for future performances. So if you are the grand prize winner, well, I mean, that's great too, even better. But if not, you've had this amazing opportunity to perform with a whole stage full of live musicians. Ah, it's awesome. Now it's time to deepen this outer corner. I'm going to take a dense blending brush from e.l.f., go into the shade Droid Protocol. This is the deep brown matte within this palette, and I'm going to place this only in my outer corner. I haven't used this palette in a while. I do really like it. I think it is such a beautiful color story. It's not blow your socks off, wow kind of colors or formula. It is very good formula, but I think that the way it's laid out makes a lot of sense, and the colors and tones that they chose are very flattering on lots of different skin colors. And it's a nice, more muted green themed palette, and I really like it. Haven't decided yet what I want to do on the lower lash line, so I'm going to leave that for now and put the shimmers on the lid. I've got a flat brush right here, and I'm going to take the shade Mercury within the Solomone 2 palette. I actually went to sleep last night thinking I'll use this palette, but then when I pulled it out, it wasn't exactly the shades that I was remembering. Like, these blue tones weren't quite what I was remembering, and so now I'm a little bit less sure, but I'm going to go with my gut and hope that it turns out well. I will spray the shadow after it's loaded onto my brush. This shade I'm going to start at the inner corner where the blue matte is, and I'm just going to place it on most of the lid space and blend it out towards the greens. It was a really pretty shade. It's just a bit more aqua than I was wanting. I was kind of envisioning sky blue, but I don't know. I mean, it's still going to be pretty. I think it'll be interesting when paired with the brown out here and the green in the crease. I wanted sort of a light, softer look today with a bit of depth in the outer corner, but not tons. And definitely not the blue-green that I tend to do, because I really love blue and green together, and I've done it a lot lately, almost inadvertently, as far as, oh, hey, this look from X palette looks a lot like that look from Y palette. I didn't want to get that result. Now when I've almost met the brown mattes out here, I'm going to flip my brush over and take the shade Deep Space, which is a darker blue shimmer within this palette. I'm going to go in lightly, and I'm not going to spray it because I want to see how it performs dry, and I don't want it to be crazy high shine. So I'm placing that where the shimmer meets the matte. Yeah, I did not need to spray it. It gives a lot of pigment. And again, I wanted this look to be a little bit on the lighter side of things, so I don't want super, super shine with this shade here. I'm laying that down to meet the mattes, and then I'll go back to the other color, Mercury, and work that one into the blue shimmer. Now I've got both of those laid down pretty well. I'm going back to the brush that I used for the brown, dipping into Droid Protocol and adding more exactly where I placed it before, not pulling it out as far because that area is already blended. So I'm just deepening the outer corner itself and tapping it onto where this darker blue shimmer hits the brown matte to help work the formulas together a bit more. And I want to pull in some more of the sage, so I'm going back with my larger blending brush into Baby Face and adding that to the edges of the brown and the blue. Really just working all the shadows together until it's a color gradient and a blend that I'm happy with. I think I'm also going to take a smaller blending brush and pull this Baby Face shade onto the lower lash line and deepen it with a smudger brush and the brown shadow. Also, one of you had requested to see an update on my baby belly. At the time of this filming, I am 31 weeks pregnant, and so I'm gonna insert a clip of my baby belly for you guys to see how that's looking. There we go, that's the baby belly, 31 weeks at the time of filming. As you can see, I also placed the light blue matte on the inner lower lash line, and then I'm back in the child palette with a small blending brush, dipping into the shade Right Hand Mando, and I'm going to spray this and use it as an inner corner. So I'm placing that right here. Just a little pop of brightness. I don't want to blend it too much into what's around it, because I like the way that it looks, what's around it. So it's just there. That's pretty. And then in my waterline, I could use light blue, I could use white, but I think I'm gonna go with a light green instead. This is the shade Aglow. It is from their Lush Life collection. I really don't know if it's available anymore, but it is linked down below as far as all of their creme gel liner options. So you can just go to that page and see what they're selling right now, because I swear, even if they discontinue one color, they bring it back later, and they might bring it back under a different name. I don't know this for sure, I'm speculating, but they have so many colors, I can't imagine they're not repeating themselves at some point. And that's the look. I'm going to go off camera and catch up the other side, put on some black eyeliner, and finish everything up, and I'll be back in just a second to close out this video. Alright guys, here's how the look turned out. I did a winged eyeliner and some mascara. On my cheeks, I'm wearing these two palettes from BH Cosmetics. We've got Tulum for bronzer and Frose for highlighter. And then on my lips, I'm wearing the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Smirk. Yes, in the shade Smirk. It's just a neutral. Anyway, that is everything for the look. I do want to say I am filming this video the day that the video talking about the audition actually publishes. So I am expecting, because I have a group of really wonderful, loving, kind, and supportive subscribers, I'm expecting that you guys will be encouraging in the comments of that video. I don't know for sure, but I am expecting to get some really sweet and encouraging comments. So I want to thank you in advance, with the expectation that someone is going to say, "Hey Rachel, good luck." Thank you so much for that, because you guys are always so kind, and I really enjoy having conversations with you in the comments. I know a lot of YouTubers complain about having mean followers or subscribers or people who watch them just to hate on them or whatever. I haven't experienced that yet. I know my channel is tiny, but I am very grateful for how thoughtful and kind my subscribers actually are, and I appreciate you guys. Whether or not you comment in the previous video, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you anyway. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this eye look. I think it's really pretty. It isn't exactly how I thought it would turn out, because I didn't use a sky blue shimmer, but I do think it's really nice. I think the blue and brown together are always a good combo, and then adding in the green just made it an extra level of interesting, and I think it's pretty. Hope you liked the video. Remember to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys again really, really soon. Bye!